Hey kids, this is Dr. Taylor from the Lincoln Science Center Planetarium, and today we're going to be doing a book read. It's called The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. I'm up here at Dorman, and there's many walking trails up here at Dorman, including the one where I'm at, and we can see we're at a nice little pond here. We have a pond because the beavers, they have dammed the little creek up and create this nice little outdoor environment. And there's some picnic tables where you can come out and have a picnic or just sit down and relax, or you can come out here and read. And again, today is The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Once you look at the picture, how can you tell that it's autumn? How can you tell that it's fall? Look at the colors of the leaves on the trees. One of the seeds flies higher than the other. Up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. A nice colorful sun there. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. So we can see some nice mountains. Here we can see the mountains are still covered in snow. One seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. We have a desert environment. We even have a cactus. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. We have a nice colorful bird. Got some red and some blues. You can see that it's eating the bigger seed. Now it is winter. After the long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft, white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Here we can see the mouse living underneath and in the earth, trying to eat some seeds for his lunch. What'd you have for lunch today? Now it is spring, and after a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rains fall. The seeds grow so round and full they start to burst open a little, and they send roots down into the earth. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally it starts to grow into a plant. So here we can see a bunch of plants, and we have the sun, we got the birds are back. You can see the big old fat weed over here taking the rain and the sunlight from the smaller plant right here. The warm weather also brings children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. You can see a kid who's outside playing. He accidentally steps on the plant. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbors grow even faster. And before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. You can see here we have somebody's picking the flower. What do you think that they're going to do with the flower? They could plant it into a vase. They could give it to a loved one. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. That was very nice of him. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is even taller than the houses. It's gotta be pretty tall, huh? And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. Look how huge this flower is. So here we have the people, we even have a little dog, we have a house. Look how big that flower is. All summer long, the birds and the bees and butterflies come visiting it. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Look at all the wildlife this flower has attracted. Now it is autumn again. The days are growing shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. Again, how can we tell that it's autumn? Look at the colors of the leaves. Look what's happening to our flower. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and it bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind takes the flower, and this time the flower seed pops open. Out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail away on the wind. And so that was our book read for this week, The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. Have a great week.